Hello creation, I hope you're well. I've just written this, it's called A World of Wonder. This is a world of wonder, of limitless possibility not to be set asunder. Potential far outreaching, that beyond concept of limited thought, delving deep into the depths of one's soul to discover that which cannot be bought nor taught. This is truly a world of wonder. To never seek is to never find. A guaranteed outcome if one refuses in the engagement of the mind. The willing make top billing, whilst the unwilling fade away. The dancers enjoy not the dance if there is no band to play. So many find not the courage to explore their truth inside. Part of the ego aspect of self is fight or flight, so many choose to run and hide. This does not give good nourishment of a soul looking for growth. Where be the truth in testimony, if one lies whilst under oath? It's up to each and every single individual one of us as to whether we act upon, as inner urgings or not, isn't it? It's up to each and every single individual one of us as to whether we want to buy into the fear or not. It's up to each and every single individual one of us as to whether we want to live in fear or whether we want to live in happiness or whether we want to be a bad bugger or a good bugger regardless of circumstances. It's up to you. You've got choice, but you will face the consequences, so choose wisely. Choose wisely. Yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be. When you see all this bravado and bullshit and egotistical crap that's going off, who can hit the hardest? Who's the toughest? Who's the gobbiest? Who's the cleverest? Who's got biggest dick? Who's got, all that sort of stuff? It's beyond shallow, innit? It's so shallow, there's no depth to it whatsoever, at all. I know there's a lot of anger at the moment and there's protests going off because of recent activities that's happened in England, and it can be difficult when one's wanting to, that primitive aspect of self is wanting to just go and get stuck in and wanting to basically see someone get hung for what's happened, recent events. I understand people's frustrations and anger. I really do, of course I do. But they're just adding to the fear aspect of it. If anger comes under the fear barrier, doesn't it? So if we go and we're wanting to be angry and I'm not saying we're wanting to be angry, it's just, all it is not being in control of your energy. That's what that is. Getting drawn into, mob rule, as it were. One throws a brick, another throws a brick, another throws, that next thing there's petrol bombs coming out, that next thing there's, you're pouring fuel on the fire. You're adding to the problem, you're not adding to the solution. The solution is love. It really is, it really is. You're energetic beings, you're made up of energy. If you vibrate in love, you attract that into your life. It's that, isn't it? If you want to live in a world of love, create that world of love inside yourself and it'll be reflected back to you outside. But going and picking up bricks and bottles and throwing and, wanting to shed blood and all this, that and t'other, it's, you're making the fear stronger. You're feeding the fear. You're feeding that low vibrational frequency. It feeds off you. It grows stronger. And fear spreads. Fear's like that one apple in that barrel, that one rotten apple that can ruin the whole barrel, and you're buying into it. It's horrific what's happened. It really is. But don't become part of the problem by taking to the streets and throwing bricks and bottles and all that, because that's just not the way. It's not the way, man. It's not the way. Don't get me wrong, there's times when, I mean, in an old life, in a different life, yeah, I've thrown bricks and I've thrown bottles, but that, trust me, it's not the way. It really isn't. All you're doing is adding to the problem and not the solution, because the more you react, the more you give them a reason for them to act stronger, and eventually they'll bring frigging army in, and it's all about quelling you. It's all about keeping you dubbed down. It's all about keeping you powerless. There's ways to fight them, but to fight them you have to do it energetically. You have to use your mind. You have to use reason. You have to fight them with love. Take a leaf out of Gandhi's book. Seriously. He learnt about his so-called foe, didn't he? While he were interred for all those years. He led by example. Peaceful protests, and they suffered for it. They got beaten with sticks, head injuries, broken bones, everything. But eventually they got the result. The so-called empire, crumbled, didn't it? They got their independence, didn't they? Which obviously came with its own problems, its own conflicts, and still ongoing, but they wanted that independence, and they went about it in a peaceful way. Not all of them, not all the time, but when they didn't, they were wiped out. They were wiped out by British Army. Or, well, it was British Army, wasn't it? But regardless of what regiment they were there, you've only to watch the film. And it shows you what went off. So, but I know it's difficult, and people are baying for blood. They want justice in an unjust system. It's the system that needs changing. And this is proof of it. People are getting restless because the system is a very unjust system. Anyway, I wanted to read that. I didn't realise I was going to be talking about this, to be fair. But please choose love. It always comes back to it. Whatever it is that you represent, you will get to see that in the material outside, exterior to the self. So if you're violent inside, if you're angry inside, you're going to get that out here. You are. If you love inside and you're peaceful inside, and you believe that, and you live that as best as you can to your ability, and you don't buy into all that other stuff, you don't give it your energy, we can win. We can change this world, all of us. We can. But not if you're buying into the fear and you're feeding that. You won't win. You won't. You'll be suppressed even more because you're suppressing yourself by not changing your energy. It's all opinion. I hope you choose love. I really do. That's it for now. Take care.